Let me take you back, not so long ago, when I was still in my prime, serving patients day in and day out in the bustling halls of the hospital. Over the years, I've seen countless faces, heard countless complaints, and yet, there was one thing that kept coming up: health concerns, chronic conditions, and the desperate search for quick fixes. In my years of practice, the number of times I've heard someone ask for a miracle cure to manage cholesterol, stabilize blood sugar, or lose weight is countless. And here's the truth they don't want you to know. The answers have been staring us in the face for centuries, hidden in something as simple as oatmeal. Yes, oatmeal, the very thing you might have dismissed as bland, ordinary, and often ignored as just another breakfast food. But what if I told you that oatmeal, if prepared and consumed properly, could serve as a powerful tool in not only managing chronic conditions, but also slowing down the aging process and keeping your body young, healthy, and thriving well into your later years? The reality is that oatmeal is far more than just a simple breakfast. It is a superfood, packed with nutrients and benefits that most people fail to tap into because of one simple mistake: preparation. Let's get real for a moment. How many of you have woken up, rushed to the kitchen, and prepared your oatmeal in a rush, throwing in a packet of sugar, or pouring in that pre-flavored instant oatmeal mix and calling it a day? Have you ever wondered if your so-called healthy oatmeal is actually doing more harm than good? The answer is yes, it could be. But I'm here today, with decades of medical knowledge and a lifetime of personal experience, to show you how to make oatmeal your best ally for health. Now, you might be wondering, how could something as simple as oatmeal do all this? The truth is that when prepared the right way, oatmeal is a powerhouse of essential nutrients. Just a small serving provides a remarkable amount of magnesium, which helps support the muscles and nerves. It also contains iron, which is essential for transporting oxygen throughout your body. Not to mention zinc, which is crucial for boosting immunity and maintaining healthy skin. But here's the kicker: oatmeal is incredibly low in calories compared to the nutritional punch it packs. So, imagine a food that helps you maintain healthy cholesterol, regulate blood sugar, and even nourish your skin, all without breaking your calorie bank. But that's just the beginning. Oatmeal is rich in beta-glucan fiber, a unique type of soluble fiber that forms a gel-like substance in the gut. This fiber works tirelessly to lower LDL cholesterol, improve blood pressure, and even stabilize blood sugar. So, when you eat oatmeal, you're not just eating a bowl of grains. You're giving your heart, your gut, and your overall metabolism the boost they need to function at their best. And if that wasn't enough, oatmeal contains avenanthramides, a rare antioxidant that helps reduce inflammation and improves blood flow. These antioxidants protect your cells from free radical damage, slowing down the aging process at the cellular level. Isn't that incredible? But here's the real kicker that no one talks about: if you make just one mistake in how you prepare your oatmeal, it could undo all of these incredible health benefits. Over the years, I've seen people sabotage their own health with seemingly small mistakes, not realizing that they are completely missing out on oatmeal's full potential. Just a few simple errors in preparation could cause you to spike your blood sugar, promote fat accumulation, and trigger low-grade inflammation in your body. And if you're over the age of 40, the effects could be even more significant. I'm not saying this to scare you, but to make you aware. Small changes in how we eat can have lasting impacts, especially as we grow older. So, if you're ready to take control of your health, if you're ready to unlock the full power of oatmeal, keep watching. In the next video, I'll dive deep into the 10 most common mistakes people make when eating oatmeal, from cooking methods to ingredient choices and topping combinations. But don't just passively listen, take action. I'll show you how to make simple changes that can transform oatmeal from a simple breakfast into a golden breakfast that will support your heart, your metabolism, and your long-term health. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on these practical, easy-to-apply nutrition tips that could change your life. By subscribing, you'll be showing your support, and I'll be motivated to bring you even more valuable content. Now, I want to leave you with a thought-provoking question. Do you believe small lifestyle changes, like improving your oatmeal habits, could significantly impact your long-term health? Yes, small changes matter. Big changes are needed for real results. Leave your answer in the comments below. I'm eager to hear what you think. And remember, if you're ready to make a change for a healthier life, this channel is here to guide you every step of the way. Over the years, I've encountered thousands of patients in my medical career. Each one came to me with their own set of health struggles, many of which could have been avoided or at least minimized with a few simple lifestyle changes. But what really struck me during my years of practice was how often people failed to realize the impact their daily habits were having on their long-term health. And one of the most commonly overlooked habits, the way they were preparing and consuming their oatmeal. Yes, oatmeal, a food so simple, so widely regarded as a health food, yet so many people were unknowingly sabotaging its benefits. I've spent years talking about food, nutrition, and health, but one thing I've learned is that the simplest foods can often carry the most hidden dangers if not prepared properly. In fact, oatmeal, when prepared the wrong way, can undo the very benefits it's supposed to provide. And as I look back on my career, it strikes me that the key to many chronic conditions lies in our everyday habits, in the small mistakes we make without even thinking. Let's talk about the most common mistakes people make when eating oatmeal, mistakes that have, time and time again, led to an increase in cholesterol, blood sugar spikes, and even unnecessary weight gain. So many of my patients made these mistakes, and I often wondered how much better they could have felt, how much better their blood work could have looked, if they had simply known better. But that's why I'm here today to share these insights with you, so you don't fall into the same traps. The first mistake is one that I see all too often: adding too much sugar to your bowl of oatmeal. It's almost as if people think that a little sugar won't hurt, but the reality is that it can completely derail all of oatmeal's natural benefits. You see, when you add sugar, syrup, or any type of artificial sweetener, you're not just adding empty calories, you're spiking your blood sugar. The surge of glucose followed by the inevitable crash leaves you feeling sluggish, irritable, and craving more sugar throughout the day. This constant blood sugar roller coaster makes it harder for your body to maintain balance, causing fatigue, weight gain, and over time, increasing your risk for more serious conditions like diabetes and heart disease. I've seen it countless times. The small amount of sugar added here and there leads to big health problems down the road. Instead of sugar, I encourage you to add fresh fruit like bananas or berries. Not only do they add natural sweetness, but they also bring vitamins and fiber that contribute to your overall health. Then there's the pre-flavored instant oatmeal that so many people turn to for convenience. I get it, life is busy, we all want something quick and easy. But what people don't realize is that these instant oatmeal packets are filled with sugars, artificial flavors, and preservatives. They're marketed as healthy, but they're really just a shortcut to poor health. The sugar content in a single packet of flavored oatmeal can sometimes exceed what you should consume in an entire meal, and the preservatives and hydrogenated oils only add to the toxicity. I've seen people's blood work come back showing higher cholesterol and blood sugar levels, and they didn't even know it was the oatmeal they were eating every day that was contributing to these issues. My advice is simple: choose plain, unflavored oats. The beauty of oatmeal is its versatility. Add your own natural sweeteners like honey or maple syrup if you want, or even a dash of cinnamon for that extra warmth. This way, you have full control over what you're putting into your body. Another common mistake I've seen is eating oatmeal without adding protein. Now, I'm sure many of you are wondering why that matters, but let me explain. Oatmeal is packed with fiber, but it's lacking in one very important macronutrient: protein. Without protein, oatmeal becomes just another carbohydrate-heavy meal that leaves you feeling hungry shortly after eating. It spikes your blood sugar, then drops it, leaving you sluggish and craving more food. If you've ever found yourself feeling hungry again just an hour after eating a bowl of oatmeal, this is why. In my practice, I always stress the importance of balancing your meals, and oatmeal is no exception. Add a source of protein like a spoonful of chia seeds, some Greek yogurt, or even a boiled egg on the side. This will help balance your blood sugar, keep you fuller for longer, and prevent those annoying mid-morning cravings. Now, many people love oatmeal because it's filling and healthy, but the next mistake I see is overdoing it. I've often had patients tell me they think the more oatmeal they eat, the better it is for their health. But the truth is, even healthy foods can backfire when consumed in excessive amounts. I've seen people load up their bowls with heaps of oatmeal, adding peanut butter, honey, and nuts, thinking they're eating a nutrient-packed meal. What they don't realize is that they could easily be consuming as many calories as a fast food meal. Eating too much fiber at once can also lead to bloating, indigestion, and a sluggish feeling that lingers throughout the day. When you overeat oatmeal, you're not giving your body a chance to absorb and process the nutrients effectively. So, my advice is to control your portion sizes. A half cup of dry oats before cooking is enough for a satisfying meal. Once it's cooked, it expands, and you can add fruit or a few nuts for extra nutrition without going overboard. One mistake that many people don't even think about is not soaking their oats before eating. Oats naturally contain a compound called phytic acid, which can hinder the absorption of essential minerals like iron, zinc, and calcium. If you're eating oatmeal regularly and not soaking it, you may be missing out on some important nutrients. I always recommend soaking your oats overnight either in water or plant-based milk. This process not only helps break down phytic acid, but also makes the oats easier to digest. It's such a simple step, yet it can have a huge impact on your overall nutrient absorption. Finally, undercooking your oats is another mistake I've seen often. Some people think that oats are ready as soon as they soften, but undercooked oats don't give your body the full benefits of their nutrients. Undercooked oats are harder to digest and can leave you with an uncomfortable feeling of fullness. On the other hand, overcooking oats can destroy their texture and lower their nutritional value. The key is to cook them properly soft, creamy, but still with a bit of texture. This allows you to fully benefit from the beta-glucan fiber and ensures that you're getting the most out of your meal. These are just a few of the mistakes that can sabotage your oatmeal and prevent you from experiencing its true health benefits. But don't worry, now that you're aware of them, you can easily fix them and start enjoying oatmeal the right way. Remember, oatmeal is not just food, it's medicine when prepared properly. Take the time to enjoy it the right way, and you'll reap the rewards for years to come. As you reflect on these mistakes, I want to leave you with a question. Think about your current oatmeal habits. How many of these mistakes are you making? And how will you change your oatmeal routine to make it healthier for you? Let me know in the comments. Your feedback is always welcome. And remember, small changes today can lead to big improvements tomorrow. As a retired doctor with decades of experience in both treating and advising patients, I've come to understand one very simple truth. How we prepare our food, even the seemingly simplest things, can have a profound impact on our health. Oatmeal, a staple in many homes and often hailed as a health food, is no exception. It may seem like an easy meal to make. Just add some water, cook, and voila, but if you think that's all it takes to unlock the full benefits of oatmeal, I'm afraid you're mistaken. The way you cook your oatmeal can make all the difference in whether it becomes a source of health or a missed opportunity for better well-being. Let me tell you something from my years of practice. I have seen people who believed they were doing everything right, only to find that small details in their food preparation were holding them back from truly benefiting from their meals. And oatmeal, as simple as it is, can be one of the most commonly mismanaged foods. It's the little things like how long you cook it, what liquids you use, and how much attention you pay to the texture that make the difference. So, let's talk about the proper way to cook oatmeal and why it's so essential for your health. The first mistake I see frequently is undercooking the oats. Now, I know, in today's fast-paced world, people are always looking for quick meals, and oatmeal seems like the perfect candidate for speed. However, undercooked oats, no matter how soft they appear, are not as beneficial as they could be. You might feel like they're cooked enough when they soften slightly, but the truth is, oats contain beta-glucan, a powerful fiber that supports your heart health, helps regulate blood sugar, and improves digestion. When oats aren't cooked properly, this fiber remains difficult for the body to digest. I've seen so many patients who, despite eating oatmeal regularly, didn't experience the full benefits simply because they weren't cooking the oats long enough to break down the fiber properly. So, what's the solution? You need to cook your oats long enough to allow the beta-glucan to fully activate. The texture should be creamy and soft, without being too sticky or mushy. The goal is to let the oats simmer in the liquid for a few minutes, just enough for them to absorb the water and become tender. This allows your body to fully digest the oats, absorb the nutrients, and benefit from the fiber. On the flip side, overcooking oatmeal is just as much of a problem, though it may not be as immediately obvious. When you overcook oatmeal, you destroy the texture and compromise its nutritional value. Overcooked oats turn into a mushy, sticky mess that can be difficult to eat and enjoy. Worse, when you cook them for too long at high heat, the nutrients, especially the delicate B vitamins, start to break down. The natural sweetness of the oats, the creaminess that makes them so comforting, is lost in the process. Overcooked oatmeal is often less filling, as it digests more quickly, leaving you hungry sooner. This mistake is surprisingly common, especially among those who use instant oats or other quick cooking oats, thinking that they're saving time. But here's the thing I've learned after all these years. Sometimes, slow and steady wins the race when it comes to food preparation. The secret is to find the perfect balance, to cook the oats long enough to reach that velvety consistency, but not so long that they lose their texture and essential nutrients. Now, I want to turn your attention to another simple but significant mistake: using the wrong liquid to cook oatmeal. I've seen so many patients add milk directly into their oatmeal at the start of cooking, hoping it will make the oats creamier and richer. But here's the problem. Milk, when combined with the starch in oatmeal, can create a very thick, sticky mixture. The oats don't cook as evenly, and you end up with a gooey, overly dense bowl of oatmeal that's not very pleasant to eat. Worse, cooking oatmeal with milk at high temperatures can cause some of the nutrients to degrade, both in the milk and in the oats themselves. So, what's the right way to do it? Cook your oats with water first, and once they're tender and fully cooked, gently stir in your milk or plant-based alternatives like almond milk or oat milk. This method allows the oats to maintain their light, creamy texture, and you'll get the best of both worlds, the smooth richness of milk combined with the nutrient-dense oats. I know it sounds simple, but so many people skip this step, thinking that adding milk from the start is the shortcut to creaminess. Trust me, this small adjustment can elevate your oatmeal to a whole new level. There's also a common mistake that many people don't even think about: skipping the salt. Now, I know, salt gets a bad reputation in the health world, but let me be clear, salt is not the villain it's often made out to be. In fact, a pinch of salt in your oatmeal can work wonders. Salt isn't just about making things taste better. It's about enhancing the natural flavors of the oats and balancing out the sweetness from any fruit or other toppings you add. When you skip the salt, you end up with oatmeal that tastes flat and lacks depth. A small amount of salt during cooking helps bring the oats to life and harmonizes all the ingredients together. It's a simple trick I use to recommend to my patients: said just a pinch of salt as you cook your oatmeal, and I promise you'll notice the difference. It's a game changer in terms of flavor, and it won't contribute to health problems when used in moderation. And finally, let's talk about the texture of your oatmeal. How thick or runny should your oatmeal be? This is a question I often hear, and the truth is, it depends on personal preference. However, there's a fine line between oatmeal that's just right and oatmeal that's too thick or too thin. If you want that perfect, creamy texture, the key is to use the right amount of water. For most types of oats, you'll need about 2 cups of water for every 1 cup of oats. But if you prefer it a bit runnier, add a little extra water as it cooks. If you like your oatmeal thicker, reduce the liquid a bit. But don't be afraid to experiment and find what works best for you. When you get the cooking process right, perfectly cooked oats with the right texture, a balanced amount of liquid, and just the right seasoning, you'll find that your oatmeal isn't just a quick meal. It becomes a nourishing and satisfying part of your day. It's the kind of meal that you look forward to, that leaves you feeling full, energized, and ready to tackle whatever comes next. In my years of practicing medicine, I've come to realize that food is medicine, and the way we prepare our food can make all the difference in how it nourishes us. So next time you cook oatmeal, take a moment to slow down, pay attention to the details, and make it the best it can be. I promise you won't regret it. As I reflect on my many years of medical practice, it's clear to me now that the simple things in life often carry the greatest power. You see, in the rush of modern life, we often overlook the significance of what we put into our bodies. I spent decades working with patients, advising them on how to improve their health, and often the most fundamental changes could make the biggest difference. Yet, so many of them failed to see the importance of what I would consider the simplest act: how they seasoned and enhanced their meals. For most people, oatmeal is something they prepare in a rush, usually with little thought about the finishing touches. But the truth, as I've learned over the years, is that the way you season your oatmeal can completely transform its health benefits and its role in your overall well-being. It's not just about the oats themselves, it's about how you enhance them, how you treat them, and how you make them work for you. Let me tell you, there's an art to preparing oatmeal, and the seasoning can make all the difference. I remember a time when a patient came to me, frustrated. She was eating oatmeal every morning, convinced it was the healthiest choice she could make. Yet, despite her best efforts, she wasn't feeling the benefits she expected. She was tired, sluggish, and didn't see any improvements in her health markers. After a few conversations, I discovered the problem. While she was eating oatmeal, she wasn't really enhancing it in any meaningful way. It was bland, with no depth, no richness, and that, my friends, is where so many people go wrong. The first mistake, one that I see far too often, is skipping the salt. Now, I know, salt has gotten a bad reputation in recent years. People are often afraid to add salt to their food, thinking that it's bad for their blood pressure or overall health. But let me be clear, salt is not the enemy. Like many things in life, it's all about balance. A small pinch of salt, added at the beginning of the cooking process, can work wonders. It enhances the natural flavors of the oats, bringing out their sweetness in a way that sugar or artificial flavorings never can. When you skip the salt, you end up with oatmeal that is flat, lacking depth. It's like trying to make a soup without seasoning. Sure, it's technically food, but it's missing that final touch that brings everything together. When you adjust a touch of salt, it helps to draw out the inherent sweetness in the oats, making them more satisfying without the need for added sugars or sweeteners. Salt doesn't overpower, it enhances. In my years of advising patients, I often found that people were missing this small yet crucial step, opting instead for sugar to mask the blandness. But trust me, salt is a friend, not a foe, when it's used sparingly and with intention. Now, let's move on to something a little more exciting than salt, spices, and natural flavors. When you think of oatmeal, you probably think of the traditional cinnamon and sugar combination. But there's so much more you can do to bring your oatmeal to life. Spices, herbs, and natural flavorings can elevate your oatmeal in ways you might not have imagined. I've always believed that food should be as much about nourishment as it is about pleasure. After all, if we don't enjoy what we eat, it's hard to stick to healthy habits. So, why not make your oatmeal a treat, a delight for the senses? Cinnamon is a classic choice for oatmeal. It's warm, comforting, and pairs perfectly with the natural sweetness of the oats and fruit, but don't stop there. Nutmeg, cloves, and even ginger can add complex, deep flavors that transform your bowl of oatmeal from simple to extraordinary. These spices don't just make your food taste better, they have health benefits too. Cinnamon, for example, has been shown to help regulate blood sugar levels, while ginger has anti-inflammatory properties that can support digestion. These are the kinds of subtle, health-promoting touches that make oatmeal a true superfood, not just an ordinary breakfast. I also encourage my patients to experiment with vanilla extract, a wonderful addition that can lend a rich, natural sweetness without the need for added sugars. A small splash of pure vanilla can turn an ordinary bowl of oatmeal into a decadent treat, all while helping to keep your blood sugar stable and your cravings in check. The same goes for almond extract or maple extract. These natural flavorings can add depth and complexity, making oatmeal an experience rather than just a meal. One of the best ways to enhance oatmeal is to add fresh fruit. This is something I've recommended for years, and for good reason. Fruit isn't just a topping, it's an essential part of the oatmeal experience. Not only does it add natural sweetness, but it also provides fiber, antioxidants, and a variety of vitamins and minerals that contribute to your overall health. Fresh bananas are a classic choice, creamy and sweet. They pair beautifully with the oats. Berries, such as blueberries, strawberries, or raspberries, are also fantastic additions. They're rich in antioxidants, which help protect your body from oxidative stress and inflammation. I've seen many patients who were skeptical about adding fruit to their oatmeal, but after a few weeks of doing so, they felt a noticeable difference in their energy levels, skin health, and even their digestion. But here's a secret I'm going to share with you: nuts and seeds. I often tell people that the key to a truly satisfying oatmeal bowl is adding something with texture, something that will give you that crunch you crave. Almonds, walnuts, pecans, and flax seeds are all excellent choices. Not only do they provide healthy fats that keep you full longer, but they also offer protein, which is essential for stabilizing blood sugar levels and supporting muscle mass. I can't tell you how many times I've seen patients add a handful of nuts to their oatmeal and feel more satisfied and energized throughout the morning. They no longer experience that mid-morning slump, and their cravings are reduced. And don't forget about nut butter, almond butter, peanut butter, or even sunflower seed butter. A spoonful stirred into your oatmeal can take it from good to great, giving it a rich, creamy texture and added flavor. Plus, the healthy fats and protein in nut butters help balance your blood sugar, prevent energy crash, and make you feel full and satisfied for hours. But perhaps the most underrated addition to oatmeal is seeds. Chia seeds, hemp seeds, and pumpkin seeds are all excellent choices. These tiny powerhouses are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, fiber, and minerals like magnesium, which help support heart health, reduce inflammation, and improve digestion. If you've never added seeds to your oatmeal before, I highly recommend it. You'll be amazed at how such a small addition can make such a big difference in both flavor and nutrition. I often tell my patients that food is medicine, and with the right seasoning and enhancements, oatmeal can become a true powerhouse of nutrition. But remember, it's not just about what you add to your oatmeal, it's about being mindful of how you prepare it. Oatmeal, when seasoned and enhanced properly, can help you stay healthy, energized, and satisfied all day long. So next time you sit down to eat oatmeal, take a moment to think about the ingredients you're adding. With the right spices, fruits, nuts, and seeds, you can turn this simple meal into a nutritional powerhouse that nourishes both body and soul. As I sit here, reflecting on the years I've spent in the medical field, I find myself thinking about the many lessons I've learned, not just from textbooks or from scientific research, but from the countless patients I've had the privilege of helping. If there's one thing that has become crystal clear to me over time, it's that health is not just a product of the things we do in the clinic or the pills we take. True health comes from the habits we cultivate day in and day out. And one of the most powerful yet underappreciated habits is our relationship with food. I've spent years telling my patients that their daily meals, the things they eat, how they prepare their food, and what they choose to nourish their bodies with play a pivotal role in determining their long-term health. Yet, so many of them missed the simplest piece of advice I could give them. It wasn't always the medications or treatments that changed their lives. It was the small decisions about what went into their bodies every single day. And for many, oatmeal was a part of that conversation. You see, oatmeal is more than just a breakfast. It's a key to better health when prepared correctly. It's not just about the oats themselves. It's about how you treat them, how you build upon them. The power of oatmeal lies in its simplicity. But as I've shared before, simplicity doesn't mean easy. There are mistakes that people make, time and time again, that silently undermine all the good oatmeal can offer. And it's these mistakes that I want to address with you, because with just a little awareness, we can unlock its true potential. After years of treating patients, I've learned that small actions, done consistently, lead to lasting results. When it comes to oatmeal, the way you prepare it, the ingredients you add, and the care you put into it can determine whether it becomes a nourishing, health-boosting meal or just another missed opportunity. I've seen people fail to reach their health goals because of the little details they overlooked. The truth is, all the healthiest foods in the world won't do much if we don't treat them with the respect they deserve. So, if I could leave you with one piece of advice, as a retired doctor who has seen it all, it would be this: take control of your health through the choices you make every day. Start small, start with oatmeal. You'd be amazed at how such a simple food, when prepared correctly, can change the trajectory of your health. It's not just about the nutrients it provides, it's about creating a habit that supports your body in ways you may not even realize. The benefits of oatmeal when prepared correctly are incredible. It's a meal that can support heart health, stabilize blood sugar, and even help manage weight. It provides fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants, and it can be an anchor in your daily routine, but only if you treat it right. If you're still making the same mistakes, adding too much sugar, choosing instant oatmeal, skipping protein, you're missing out on all the good it has to offer. So, how do you make oatmeal truly work for you? It's simple, really. Start by preparing it with care. Use plain, whole oats, add fresh fruits, healthy fats, and a touch of seasoning. Avoid the shortcuts, those instant oatmeal packets filled with sugar and preservatives, and take a few extra minutes to cook your oats from scratch. Soak them overnight if you can. Cook them with water first, and then add milk or a plant-based alternative once they're soft. Pay attention to the texture, and don't be afraid to experiment with different toppings. You can make oatmeal an experience, a way to nourish your body, your mind, and your spirit all in one meal. You see, good health is a result of good habits. And when it comes to food, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about small, consistent steps that compound over time. And oatmeal can be one of the most powerful tools you have in your arsenal. It's affordable, it's easy to prepare, and when done right, it provides a foundation for a long, healthy life. The truth is, no matter how much we want to live longer, healthier lives, we often overlook the most basic building blocks like the food we eat each day. As a doctor, I always knew that there wasn't one magic pill or treatment that could fix everything. Instead, I saw how lifestyle changes, the little things that people did every single day, had the most profound effects. It's not the one-time fix, but the daily commitment to doing what's best for your body. That's where the magic lies. Oatmeal, when properly prepared, is one of those daily commitments that can help you build a strong, healthy foundation for the future. As we wrap up today, I want to encourage you to take this knowledge and make it a part of your daily routine. Don't just eat oatmeal because it's easy. Eat it because it has the power to transform your health. And in doing so, you'll be taking control of your health in a way that's sustainable, effective, and rewarding. No matter your age, no matter your current health status, small changes can have a big impact. If you start now, you'll thank yourself later. Before we go, I want to leave you with one final thought. I want you to think about your current habits. What's one small change you can make today to improve your health? For many of you, it may be starting with your oatmeal. But whatever it is, take that first step, start today, and the rewards will follow. And remember, health doesn't come from drastic changes. It comes from consistency. Start small, and make that commitment to yourself. Your body will thank you. If you found this advice helpful, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Like the video if you're ready to take control of your health, and share your thoughts with me in the comments. What's the one thing you're going to change in your oatmeal routine? Let's start this journey together. Your health is in your hands, make the most of it. As I reflect on the years I've spent in the medical field, there's one lesson that has stood out above all else. Small, consistent changes in our daily habits can have a profound impact on our long-term health. I've seen it countless times with my patients. Those who were able to make even the slightest adjustment to their routines, whether it was in what they ate or how they took care of themselves, were the ones who thrived. And among the simplest yet most overlooked habits is the food we eat, specifically how we prepare it. Oatmeal, a food that many of us have in our kitchens, might seem too simple to be significant. But over the years, I've learned that this humble food can be one of the most powerful allies in our journey toward better health if we just treat it with the respect it deserves. It's not just about the oats themselves, it's about how we prepare them and what we add to them. Oatmeal can be a superfood, but only when we unlock its potential by avoiding common mistakes, like adding too much sugar, relying on pre-flavored instant oatmeal, or neglecting to add enough protein. The lesson here is clear: even small, seemingly insignificant decisions can shape the course of our health. Whether you're eating oatmeal or choosing another meal, it's the little choices that matter. You might think that adding a spoonful of sugar or opting for that instant oatmeal is harmless, but these small habits build up over time and can quietly undermine your health. On the other hand, choosing to cook oatmeal the right way, with healthy, natural ingredients, can have a lasting, positive impact. What I want to leave you with today is this: the path to better health doesn't require drastic changes. It's not about finding the perfect diet or the magic solution. It's about making gradual, sustainable improvements to your routine. Start by making your oatmeal a tool for better health. Add fresh fruits, incorporate protein, avoid excessive sugar, and prepare it mindfully. When you start with something simple, like oatmeal, and you do it consistently, you're building a foundation for overall health and well-being. And it's not just about oatmeal, it's about applying this principle to all areas of your life. Whether it's how you move, how you eat, or how you care for your body, small changes, done consistently, lead to big results. If you start today, even with something as simple as changing how you prepare your oatmeal, you'll see the benefits in the future. And these benefits will ripple out into all aspects of your life: your energy levels, your mood, your productivity, and ultimately, your longevity. As a retired doctor, I could easily sit back and enjoy my retirement, but I choose to share what I know because I believe that health is something we all deserve. I may be getting older, but I'm still passionate about giving back to society, about helping others live their best lives. And that's why I continue to create these videos, to share knowledge and insights that can truly make a difference in your life. So, as you reflect on this lesson, I have one simple question for you. What's one small change you're going to make in your oatmeal routine to improve your health? Please take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective, and your answer may help inspire others in the community. Remember, this is not just about one change, it's about creating a movement of small, positive habits that lead to real transformation. Lastly, if you've found value in these videos and would like to see more content like this, I kindly ask that you subscribe to the channel. If you're able, please consider donating, even a small amount, to support the channel. Your support will not only help me continue creating useful content, but it will also encourage me to keep sharing knowledge that can truly improve lives. As someone who's spent their life in the medical field, I may be getting older, but I am committed to helping society. And every donation, no matter how small, will be a reminder that you value this work. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to helping you continue on your journey toward better health.